A flurry of activity in Washington as the second public hearing in the impeachment inquiry of President Trump begins. Our Washington Bureau reporter Taylor Poplarlars joins us now from Capitol Hill to go over what we can expect. Taylor, who exactly is testifying today?
Good morning, Molly. We're going to be hearing from Marie Yovanovitch. She is a diplomat who, just up until a couple of months ago, was the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. So she was stationed over in Ukraine and was kind of at the forefront of all things U.S. and Ukraine relationship-wise. Now, President Trump abruptly recalled her from her job, took her off that position back in May. So she was not on the now infamous July 25th phone call that Trump had with the president of Ukraine that led to this impeachment inquiry. But what she can shed some light on is what was happening in the months leading up to that call. As President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, started interacting with Ukrainian leaders, started trying to implement this pressure campaign to get Ukraine to investigate President Trump's political rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Yovanovitch has already testified before the House Intelligence Committee behind closed doors, and the deposition, or that transcript of her testimony, was released last week, so we were able to see what she was alleging under oath, including the fact that she was told she should tweet out on Twitter praise of President Trump in order to kind of quiet criticism from Rudy Giuliani about her job as ambassador. But clearly President Trump decided to kind of abruptly take her off that job, so that did not work. So it'll be interesting to hear from her because she was in Ukraine in the months leading up to this. While she was not on that big July call that has capped off all of this, she is able to provide perspective over what the president's personal legal team was trying to do in Ukraine before the country was necessarily paying attention to it.
Yeah, Taylor, and also it's worth a reminder that 1/3 of the Republicans on this House Intelligence Committee, which are hosting these hearings, are from right here in Ohio. What does that mean?
Well, Molly, what it means is not only does Ohio have literally 3 seats at this table, but it means that these members have the chance before millions of people who either watch the hearings live or see recaps of them later on in the day, they get to make their case to the American public. And these 3 Republicans are Jim Jordan, Mike Turner, and Brad Wenstrup. And from what we saw on Wednesday during the first hearing, each of them are in the president's corner. They spent their airtime on Wednesday either defending President Trump or trying to poke holes in the testimony of the witnesses, which on Wednesday, just like Yovanovitch will be today, were career diplomats. But each of the Ohio Republicans tried to say that the witnesses are bringing forth second and third-hand information, that their testimony can't really be taken seriously because they were not on that July 25th call that the president had. But it should be noted that the White House is blocking the people who were on that call and who have firsthand information from testifying. But as we saw on Wednesday, Ohio Republicans are largely behind President Trump. I would be shocked if anything changed today with Marie Yovanovitch. One last thing to note is each of those 3 members of Ohio's delegation who are on this committee have been making appearances on Fox News Channel before and after the hearings to kind of speak directly to the president, because we know that President Trump watches Fox a lot. So it's another indication that they are there to defend the president. That is kind of their core role in these hearings, and they think this impeachment inquiry is largely a sham, which is a word that they've used over and over again.
Well, Taylor, you certainly have a very busy day ahead of you. Those hearings kick off at 9 a.m. We're going to check back in with you throughout the day. Taylor, thank you.
Thanks, Molly.